The Ringing in the Graveyard by the Confused Camper.
In the fall of 1983, tucked behind an overgrown cemetery in rural Minnesota, there stood a lone telephone pole. At its center hung a black rotary phone, weathered from rain and snow, with no wires connecting it to anything. Kids dared each other to touch it on Halloween nights, whispering that if it ever rang, you weren't supposed to answer. They said the phone wasn't connected to the town, only to the graves below. One October night, long after curfew, the bell on the phone shrieked into the silence. The metallic clanging echoed through the rows of cracked tombstones. Against every instinct, 16-year-old Darren lifted the receiver. On the other end was not static, not a dial tone, but a voice, wet, hollow, and whispering. "You left me here," it said, the sound gurgling like dirt filling lungs. Darren froze as another voice followed, softer, trembling. It was his mother, who had passed away just weeks before. "Darren, why didn't you come?" she whispered, her words laced with grief and soil. His blood ran cold. The voice grew louder, overlapping with others, men, women, and children, all speaking at once, all begging to be freed. Some cried, some laughed, some screamed. The graves rattled, dirt shifting as if restless bodies clawed upward. Darren dropped the receiver, but it swung like a pendulum, still carrying the chorus of the dead. The ringing started again, louder this time, until every headstone seemed to vibrate with the sound. Darren survived that night, but the experience never left him. The local police found him wandering the cemetery at dawn, muttering into his cupped hands as if holding an invisible receiver. They locked him away in a mental facility where the halls smelled of bleach and despair. Yet every night, as the lights went out, Darren would hear it, the shrill ring of that black phone echoing in his skull. When he pressed his ear against the wall, he swore he could still hear the voices, his mother's among them, whispering through the static, calling him back to the graves. By the late 1990s, Darren was released, deemed harmless and stable enough for the outside world. But the phone never stopped ringing in his head. He wandered small towns, keeping to the shadows, whispering to no one as though still answering unseen calls. Neighbors spoke of a gaunt man in his 30s, pacing at night, pressing an imaginary receiver to his ear. Sometimes, they said, you could hear it too, the faint metallic clang of a rotary bell echoing in the dark, followed by Darren's voice answering softly, "Mother?"